going on, everybody? It's your boy Antoine here, and welcome back. We're back with another video on the channel. In today's video here to play some more Fortnite. We're back with some more Fortnite, and today's video, obviously, I think we're gonna have a little talking discussion about about Fortnite and everything else. I think we need to have that little discussion and everything else that's going on, and obviously, give my full opinions about thoughts and opinions on Chapter 7 Season 2 and how I feel about it so far and the whole entire thing around it. I really want to talk about it, to give my thoughts, opinions on it because I feel like it's been like at least a month or so since the season started, or a couple weeks since the season started, and I really wanted to get like my full thoughts, opinions on the season, and have a little conversation about it and the whole thing surrounding it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know the title is gonna make people kind of be pissed off about it, but granted, despite it, it is a fun season still, but I really want to discuss things about the whole entire circumstance surrounding the season and everything else. And I played the season over a lot of hours, put time into this. I mean, if you don't believe me, I mean, look at right here. I mean, I got over 50 wins doing this whole entire season and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So I put in hours. I mean, my goal every season, every chapter is get at least 50 wins, and I got that already. So I'm good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I have, I really want to get have a conversation, talk about it. Granted, we're like halfway through the season, honestly, because Act Two is coming up like next week, but if I'm being real with you, I don't care much about Act Two. I just want to basically get this season done, over with, and wait till next season, till Chapter Seven, Season Three. Honestly, because like, despite the fun factor to it, there's so many things like I really want to discuss that really has been kind of be a pain in the ass to me, in my opinion, and yeah, but overall, like I said, it's fun, but it's overhyped still. I'm still going to take this time and opportunity to basically, you know, um, talk about it, give my thoughts, opinions on it. You know what I'm saying, and then obviously we're going to have a conversation, and obviously we're going to, have a little conversation about chapter 7, season 2, and give my little thoughts, opinions on it, and then going forward. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I need to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of stuff that happened in chapter seven, season two, before it came out, and even afterwards, that really played an effect in the season, and it really affected me, honestly, as a whole. And well, overall, the fun itself is great, but it's just I feel like there was something I really need to discuss about, because no big content creators or streamers not gonna discuss that about, because they don't want to get hurt by Fortnite or not get their skins in the game, whatever. But I figure why not talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we need to have that conversation. And plus, I really want to have this conversation too as well. Because like I said, although the season is fun, there's something that just doesn't feel like it's like ooh and ah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a brand new actual season. I feel like there's something that's always missing, whatever. But I just want to have a conversation, talk about this, and see where we go from here, because I played enough of it. And also, I got to level 200, you know what I'm saying? And of course, y'all see right here, Act 2 is coming out with the elites. I guess Jules is the mechanic of the Fortnite, and she's making a brand new weapon and all that. So there is going to be like a brand new update, whatever. But I don't care about Act Two or anything right now. You know what I'm saying? The only thing at this point I really care about is really the live event they're probably gonna be doing in Chapter Seven, Season Two. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Chapter Seven, Season Two, they do a live event along with Chapter One, Season Eight live event. That's what I really want to focus on, for real. Tomorrow, I think as I'm recording this, there is like a things that are gonna be coming out in the sky, which has something to do with the Dark Voyager. But that's not here, that's not there. Oh, and also Bugs Bunny, no, not Bugs Bunny. Fucking Toy Story's in here. Bugs Lightyear and his arch nemesis, Emperor Zurg, is obviously part of Fortnite right now. I'm got a question, Fortnite. Why is Woody not a fucking package? Anyways, I just want to point that out. They're probably gonna put him and his sister probably in the wave two for sure. There's a lot of characters that do deserve to be part of Fortnite in Toy Stories, but I guess they could probably go say Woody and his sister, probably in the wave two of Toy Stories. I'm assuming, right? But that's not here, that's not there. Obviously, the Ice King team still winning, which is good though. But um, I don't know. It's just there's a lot of things I want to discuss and talk about and see where we go from there. Because although, like I said, the seasons are fun. Chapter 7, season 2 it's fun overall. It's just we're in it's in like Fortnite's kind of in an odd spot despite it being fun. So I want to talk about it. So I got a couple of gameplays. Of me playing Fortnite as usual, and I want to just lay it all down, have a talk, have a conversation as usual, and just express my feelings towards Chapter 7, Season 2, and Fortnite in general. Honestly, so I really want to talk about it. So with that being said. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like, subscribe. Like I said, let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about Chapter 7, Season 2, WL. To me, it's a W, but I feel like it's overhyped, like I said in my title. But I'll explain more to that, though. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And as always, take care of my peace. Just watch the whole video and let me explain you what I'm talking about. All right, let's have this conversation real quick. Let's talk about Chapter 7, Season 2, because I know some of you guys are probably like myself that do enjoy this season. Believe me, I enjoyed this season. It was really fun. That was very fun. It was fun, and it still is fun. Say as it currently going on. Say with more updates and everything else coming out. Act two is coming out next week and all that. But despite it being fun, I feel like this whole season, in my opinion, has been very overhyped. I feel like it really was like probably the most overhyped season I've probably ever seen in Fortnite history. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Chapter 7 Season 2, but this season was so overhyped because they talk about branding changes, all of this and everything else. When in reality, these are just rehash stuff that we have seen before, but they're doing a little bit twisted, maybe a little bit different. And don't get me wrong, I like the changes that they're doing in Chapter 7 Season 2, and they're putting in Act One and Act Two, potentially Act Three. You know what I'm saying? Between the showdown between Foundation and Ice King. I am Team Ice King, of course. Um, and they're doing a great job of it. So they're really, making it, making it really, uh, content wise. They're trying to keep content, into stable into a whole, and I like it. I'm saying it's pretty cool. And I like that idea of the content that they're doing and all this, but it felt overhyped because all this stuff that we have seen, we've been there, seen that, done that before so many times. You know what I'm saying? It's it's no secret, what I'm saying, that Fortnite, they always do this. You know what I'm saying? One thing I'll give Fortnite and Epic Games credit on, despite the shit that's been going on, they have made loads of content, loads of content in Chapter 7 Season 2, and there's going to be more content in Chapter 7 Season 2. But however, after me playing it like for a lot of time, putting hours and work into this Chapter 7 Season 2, the season overall is fun. It just, I feel like it's overhyped for many different reasons. And I'll explain those reasons here and there. But I just want to make this very loud and clear. I'm not saying that Fortnite's dying or anything, or it's going to be outbeat by GTA 6. I just want to point out because there's going to be some dumbasses that are going to say these type of shit that I'm saying. And I'm gonna take it as if I'm giving up on Fortnite. I'm never giving up on Fortnite. I will still play it no matter what. I don't care if my friends are playing it or not. I will still play it because it gave me loads of content, and most importantly, it's one of the very few games that's actually pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? It's free to play, it's fun, and everything else. Just right now, what Fortnite is at, it's at a weird, odd state, despite Chapter 7 Season 2 being fun, because something it has to do with Chapter 7 Season 2 and also outside of Fortnite that's been going on. And I really want to like touch upon it, you know what I'm saying? And really want to have this conversation and talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Chapter 7 Season 2 is fun and all, but it's odd, you know what I'm saying? We're in an odd state right now as of currently. Despite, Chapter 7 Season 2 being fun, you know what I'm saying? So I want to briefly talk about those things and all those content that we've been getting and have a conversation about those things and see where we go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because I pretty much level up to level 200 already in Chapter 7 Season 2. I've already leveled to 200, got the bonus skins and everything else. Played over 50 games, got wins. You know what I'm saying? Over 50 wins plus wins and everything else. I really want to have a conversation about those things and talk about Chapter 7 Season 2 as a whole, how I feel about it so far. Despite we're not being through because I think like early June Chapter 7 Season 2 will be over. So, um, yeah, it's pretty much it on that one. So, let's talk about this real quick. I want to briefly talk about this. Like, first of all, most the POIs, Chapter 7 Season 2, fantastic. I love the Sanctuary POIs for the Foundation team, the Ice Cube POIs, giving that little pull peak, type of vibes of Chapter 1 Season 7. It's pretty cool. The squibbly, fucking POIs. Although I would prefer if they changed a lot bit. I mean, it does remind me of Coral Field from Chapter 2. Like, that fucking POI was absolutely horrendous because no one goes there, but it was alright. The dark like domain, that's basically the Dark Voyage's home right now. Because he's creating the he's like rebuilding the 0 point with 0 shards. Trying to combine together. He's still trying to need to do that, which is cool and all. But like those POIs are actually pretty cool. It's just that um, I thought that maybe they'll be make it a lot more different, saying compared to other seasons we had before and chapters before, where they make a whole different version of POIs. Because granted, the stationary, which is the foundation area, that we're still in the desert. I thought maybe they'll make it a little bit different with the whole foundation stuff, but I guess not. The dark domain is basically the dark domain, like area we got in chapter 7 season 1. Like it's really no difference between there. Um, the ocean area, which is the squibbly area, it's pretty cool and nice. So it kind of like got that coral field, vibe, and people start going there, which is cool. But I don't know. It's all right though, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The Ice Kings, the POI, the Polar Peak one, the one in chapter 7 season 2 was pretty fucking good. It's pretty good still. I People still land there because that's like one like it's way bigger than Polar Peak for sure. A lot of areas. It's way different. You know what I'm saying? And I like it. I like it a lot. It's way different than many people would say it is. Um, but yeah, but that's pretty much it on those. I have no problem with those POIs. POIs are pretty cool. So there's no oddness about the POI and everything. But the showdown, we need to have a conversation about it because that is the big vocal point of Chapter 7 season 2. Between the Ice King and the Foundation and all that, it's that was a big vocal point here. The showdown is basically the showdown we had. Like basically how it works is you go you pick a part opponent on target, whatever it randomly choose. You kill that target. You get some rivalry credits. You spend that rivalry credits on this rivalry like showdown machine, and you get some items, weapons, XP or whatever, etc. You get some exotic, weapons and all of that. What I'm saying, these rivalry coins or credits, whatever you want to call it. Those things you get when you kill whatever you kill a rivalry and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, and yeah, so basically, this showdown theme, this rivalry showdown thing, is basically like chapter 2, showdown thing. Basically, you basically go after the opponent, whatever you're choosing. Well, actually, it'll choose you for you. The battle is far away or short distance, depending on which. They do that, and basically, you go after that opponent, and you will get like some award, basically. So yeah, nothing really new there on the whole entire showdown stuff. Now, I will say though is this though. I like in the fact that every time that as the days goes by, weeks goes by, we do get additional content, or if it's new weapon, new items, or anomaly, or something like that. I do like the fact um, that every week, in Act 1, Act 2 is coming out next week, whatever. Act 1, like as your team goes further into the things, your team, and mostly Fortnite in general in the battle royale scene, y'all get like the reward and you'll get the content be put out and all that, which is a pretty good idea. I like that idea. The fact that we get additional content as time goes on. I mean, granted, we had that before in the season before. We had that plenty of times. Like this, there should be no debate about that. We had that plenty of times in plenty of seasons before. Um, but this one kind of feel different. Like the showdown with the milestone things, like wherever your team reaches this milestone, you everybody get that content. Same thing goes with the other team. Wherever your team reaches that milestone, everyone gets the content. So it's like an effort to get content into the game, which I do like. I like that idea a lot, and I think that's a pretty good idea. Like I hope going forward they do this. Like before they do go with this route of putting more content as weeks goes by. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a great idea. Now, granted, they have done it before, but they don't do that only specifically on updates. Whereas in Showdown, basically, Showdown, you basically get like loads of content depending on where your team is at. So, whatever milestone you reach on your team, you'll get that content specifically on both sides, and everyone else get that content. I like that idea. That's a really good idea. I really wish they did that back in chapter 2, honestly, but they didn't. But in Showdown, this is kind of like making it a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? To keep the game fresh, keep the season fresh. You know what I'm saying? Keep the players keep coming back and playing it. Because one thing I'll say about Chapter 7 Season 1 that really kind of played the whole season towards the end was literally the content. The content was there. It was not there. It was there at the beginning, but then they slowly kind of like took a dial back. But it's no surprising because every chapter of season one, it tend to like tone back on the content bit and then bring all the content in the next seasons of season twos and threes and four. So it's no surprise if you've been a Fortnite fan for a long time. So I'm cool with that either way. You know what I'm saying? Showdown's all right though. It's just the same old thing in chapter two wise. You know what I'm saying? Except that we get more additional content, which is great, but not that much. The Battle Pass, I don't even care much about the Battle Pass. The only thing I care about was Ice King and Bugs Bunny, but everything else I just don't care about it. So I'm gonna get that out the way. The loot pool. This is the biggest thing to me in Fortnite when it comes to Fortnite. Me playing Fortnite, no matter what season it is, whether it's the dog shit seasons or good seasons, loot pool is important. Hey, it's always important to change it up a little bit. You know, spice things up a little bit. You could add, you could add new things here and there, but keep all the same things in there. However, what Chapter 7 Season 2 did was they removed everything from Chapter 7 Season 1 and bring in all the other stuff that we had in previous seasons and chapters before. So it's a great loop pool changes. I like that a lot, mixing it with the new stuff. But let's be honest, most of the new stuff are literally the stuff that we already had in previous, chapters, or they make a replica of it to make it look like it's new, but really it's not. But I guess so. It's kind of new because of its what it does. But whatever. That's no point. That's no here nor there. So obviously the Vector 7 DMR. That's the brand new DMR in the game. And if you pick this up, please, because this gun is actually pretty good. That's the brand new DMR. Chaos Reload Shotgun. This is basically a one-shot shotgun that does like 100 something damage. This is similar to the if you guys been into the Star Wars mini season, you will notice that we had this shotgun. I forgot what shotgun called. I don't know what it's called, but it was a shotgun that does like a one-shot shotgun too as well, and it reloads every time. I forgot it was the Star Wars mini season back in chapter 6, season 2, like mini season, whatever. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys know what I'm talking about. But that's basically the same thing as the Chaos Reload shotgun. It's pretty good though, but it's still the same as the we had the shotgun we had back in chapter 6, season 2, like mid season, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The bouncing broomstick basically is the dynamite, but it like bounces to multiple pieces to like explode projectiles in multiple pieces. That's basically the cluster buster that we had back a long time ago. So it's basically a cluster grenade that we had a long time ago. The overdrive grenade launcher is basically the new shockwave grenade in Chapter 7, Season 2. Basically, it's basically you throw a thing down. Basically, you'll get some turbo speed, reload speed, and all that. It's basically a replacement to the shockwave grenade. You know what I'm saying? Except that you won't get like no farther distance and everything. Which don't get me wrong, that's new technically. Well, not really. It's not new. It's just a shockwave grenade, except that you can only use turbo and everything else, which is it's no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I actually kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? And also you can't go through buildings. You know what I'm saying? With this overdrive grenade, so they did something to change it here and there. But if you would have asked me, it's like, well, it's basically a shocker grenade, except that you can't go through builds. Basically, to put it simple. So yeah, it's a good change, but like it's not really a change like for real. Like it's different from the shocker grenade, but it's not as changeable. You know, what I'm saying not like a big ooh change, whatever. So that's that. The Ice King Gauntlet. So basically, if you kill the Ice King, it's the boss in the game. You kill Ice King, you'll get his Ice King Gauntlets. That those Ice King projectiles has Ice King Spirit Bomb and everything else. Basically, so it's great that they did this. I like it because obviously Ice King is like a big part of Chapter 7 Season 2. My only issue here is that it's we've been there, done that before. You know what I'm saying? So, and also on top of this too as well, this is basically Doctor Doom's Gauntlet for Chapter 5, Season 4. What he does projectiles and shoot his little Doctor, Doom Gauntlet and everything. It's nothing really new if you really think about it with the Ice King Gauntlets. It's basically similar to the Doctor Doom thing. So if you really take that time and really think about it, is it really new? No, me personally, it's just a Doom's Gauntlet, whatever. Same thing applies with the 7 gloves that we got. That's basically the Nitro Fist from Chapter 5, Season 3. Which don't get me wrong, except that you can't punch with it. You can't punch with it, but you use projectiles. dashes, whatever, to able to punch people for it, it does like 50 damage, whatever. But for the Nitro Fist, you can punch people for it and didn't have like aim assist and all that, which is crazy. But you know what I'm saying. But it's also used for movement too as well. I remember Chapter 5 Season 3, that Nitro bullshit season. Um, Obviously, the seven cluster cannon. That's basically the rocket launcher which shoots like projectiles. It suck ass. Let's go with the obviously the loophole they have this season. Combat assault rifle, and basically the rifle we had back in chapter 2, and we had back in chapter 5, season 3 with the Nitro season. You know, we've been there and done that. Nemesis AR, chapter 5 as usual. Chapter 1 pistol, but it really is chapter 2 pistol. I don't know why they say it on here, but been there and done that. Thunderburst SMG, that was back in chapter 5. You know what I'm saying? Iron Pump shotgun, we had that last season. You know what I'm saying? Twin hammer shotgun, we had that last season, which I have no problem with them putting older like putting like it's like stuff from previous seasons. I'm okay with the iron pump shotgun and the twin hammer shotgun in this bringing them here in chapter 7 season 2. I'm cool with that because they're last season items. I'm cool with them bringing last season items and all that. You know what I'm saying? Mix it a little bit something with new items, certain new items. Twin mag SMG, that's back in chapter 4. We have that. Mythic Goldfish, that was like chapter 2 shit. Flowberry Mist Grenade, that's back in chapter 7 season 1 last year, towards the February season, February month. Pretty good item. I like that item too as well. Porta Bunkers, expected, is still there. Shield Bubble, Junior is still there. There are exotics, you know, from the lawless seasons and previous seasons that we had before in Fortnite, like Chapter 6, Season 3. You have exotics over there. And, of course, the lawless season from Chapter 6, Season 2. So you have certain, like, exotics from those two specifically seasons and all that. But other than that, though, that's pretty much the loot pool. And then you got some with anomalies, like Rivalry Rumble. Everybody goes getting a rivalry every time, but that anomaly sucks because not everybody goes to rival sometimes. It's buggy a bit, but they fire 1,000 police for that shit, whatever. Storm focused. It's basically like you change the shape of a storm. That's makes the storm focused, and then that storm would be like end up being like the final storm to be like in a circle, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be the final storm. You know what I'm saying to rotate in. It's kind of similar to what they did with the South Park Mythic, where the storm will be closing every single time, along with the shape and everything. It's kind of like what they did with Chapter 7, Season 1, where there's certain storm being shaped and all that. I hate that shit. I hope they don't bring that back in Chapter 7, Season 3, but more likely they're going to do so because it's new in Chapter 7, which is ridiculous. Um, I guess we have a stable anomaly. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you take down these drones, the Dark Voyage drones. You'll get some awards from the anomaly, Rift, place, anomalies. There are a couple that I had. I'm pretty sure you guys already know that I already had beforehand. I had I think I had the grapple hook. I think I had the grapple hook in there. I have the overpulse, rifle. There are so many other things, items that I had in there. I think the knee capper for Chapter 6 Season 2, the lawless season. I have that in there, and it was pretty good. I like that idea of bringing them in there. But then overall, that's pretty much it. I don't know if they're gonna bring in a next one. Maybe in Act 2, they're probably gonna bring an anomaly in there. But overall, that's the anomaly. That's pretty much it. And that's all the content we got so far. Act 2 will bring more content into it next week, but I just don't care at this point. Honestly, just me. But overall, like I said, that's pretty much it. And also, they're still continuing on the story between the Foundation and Ice King. And so far, the Ice King is winning as I'm recording this. And I believe if your team, reach a milestone first beforehand, saying whatever the act is, you will basically your team will get to like the exotic, like some skins to your team. For example, if Foundation team wins, you'll get some skins out of Foundation, like exclusive bonus skins out of it. If Team Ice King wins, you'll get some, exclusive, you know, uh, skin out of him. Now, I will say this too as well. If the Ice King somehow wins, I will, use that skin not to record, but maybe for when we ever do a live event, which I do hopefully do a live event for Chapter 7 Season 2. I would hate for them to do like a mini event like they did Chapter 7 Season 1 and basically they don't do nothing with that event and we have to wait and all that. I would hate for that Epic Games if they do decide to do like a mini event, like once again, it would just be like another disappointment. I hope we get like a showdown between legit the Foundation and Ice King towards the end of the season. That would really be cool because we always get live events, every single like chapter and all that in degree. So hopefully, whatever they're doing that one. I'm pretty sure Chapter One, Season 8 is going to do a live event, which that's going to be the Vaulted event, which I'm so excited. Hopefully, they do that one. I heard it's going to be around May, so we have to wait and see. Now, with that being said, that's pretty much it that I think about Chapter 7 Season 2. Although, yes, it was overhyped, but it was still fun for the most part. So I would have gave it like maybe like a 6.5 out of 10 and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Granted, there's a lot of balance into the game. Nothing's really broken. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Chapter 7 Season 1. Now, is it better than Chapter 7 Season 1? Fuck no, not by a long, not by a long shot. At least there was a lot of new stuff that we had compared to Chapter 7 Season 2, where they just rehashed stuff that we got in previous seasons and chapters, and bring like to make it look like it's new, but really it's nothing. And then they have certain items that's really it's new, but like it's kind of like the replica we already got. Also, we got the mission too as well. That little the skyline, deployer, you know what I'm saying? Like a little like a skyline, reline, deployer thing, you know what I'm saying? I forgot to mention that too as well. Basically, that's basically like a thing you go up to like these ropes of those things, and you basically glide yourself into things for like rotation purposes, which is cool. But you can also do that without it in previous seasons, but whatever. But overall, yeah, chapter 7 season 2, it was all right. I enjoyed it for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But it was overhyped as shit because the fucking the developer talked about everything's gonna be changing and all that, which did like a lot of stuff did change. The loot pool weapon did change. However, there were some like certain rehashed weapons we got in previous seasons and all that really kind of like okay, it's a change, but you have to rely on other weapons and loopholes and all that makes a change and everything else that really try to make this season a quote unquote a brand new season, or argue that this season might be the best season in a long ass time. Like some developers said that shit. I'm like, is it really? Like, you really made some changes that we already like seen before millions of times at Fortnite, and these are previous weapons we already have in previous seasons. If you're gonna try to make this a quote unquote the best season of all time, you might as well change all the weaponry and all that. I've seen past seasons before where they have brought in brand new weapons and made a whole new meta in season beforehand, and everything is brand new. Back in chapter 6, like all those seasons, they bring in brand new weapons that really shape up the loot pool to make the season looks really new. And don't get me wrong, this season is new. Chapter 7 season 2 is new, but if we compare it to previous chapters, like chapter 6 season 1, 2, and 3 and 4, those seasons were actually new. This one, it felt something new, but it felt new in a way where they have to rehash older stuff from previous seasons that we have seen before into this season that we already like to make it look like it's new, but we've already been there and done that. So is it really, really like the best season like in a very long time that the developer has been saying? No, it's really a season though, but I feel like this overhyped to make this like the best season of Chapter 7 season 2. It's an understatement. Now, granted, Act 2 is going to be coming, and I'm pretty sure Act 3 might be in the full effect, but at this point, I just don't see it being like the best season we have in a long time. So, I don't think so. So, um, but nonetheless, though, hey, it is an enjoyable season. I will say for Chapter 6 season 2, it is enjoyable. I enjoyed it for the most part of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I am looking forward to what they're going to do with the whole live event for sure. I am crossing my fingers and hoping that Chapter 7 Season 2 will have a live event along with Chapter 1 Season 8. Hopefully that is the case. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, for me, I'm just gonna be looking forward to those things that I'm probably gonna record for here and there because I already done pretty much everything in Chapter 7 Season 2, and I'm probably gonna wait until when the live events do happen, like the actual countdown live events that do happen. I will record those. Chapter 1 Season 8 should have a live event when I do record those. When I will record it when it does happen. I'm pretty sure. I think as I'm recording this, the Dark Voyager ship went to the Loop Lake. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty crazy to think about. But they're switching things up though. But I'm pretty sure Chapter 1 Season 8 will have a live event for sure. I'm looking forward to it. So it's gonna be very interesting. And along with Chapter 7 Season 2 live event, I can't see Fortnite not doing a big, huge live event in Chapter 7, Season 2, when we have the Foundation versus the Ice King. It would be pretty odd if you ask me if they don't do that because it's a great opportunity to do that because and plus Chapter 7 Season 1 did not have a live event. We had a teaser, a mini teaser, a rocket teaser, and all that. We had teasers like everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And I hope that we do get a live event. When we do, I will for sure 100% record this because I've pretty much done everything in chapter 7 season 2 already. Like I already like completed the battle pass. I put all the content and hours into the game, got wins. I've done everything. The only thing left right now is honestly just wait to see what's gonna happen. Oh, and also there's that loot fucking golden loot age. There is a possibility you can find a mythic, goldfish in this season or two as well with that gold loot thing, but the odds are very fucking slim, and I do not got time for doing that, and I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna wait until the live event happens for Chapter 7 Season 2 and Chapter 1 Season 8. When those do go live, I will record it for sure. I've pretty much done everything. I mean, we're gonna get this rivalry stuff that's gonna be like Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, I believe so, as time goes on to bring in more additional content, which is a good idea. I like that idea of the showdown content, but they're overhyped this season, make it look like, oh, it's a brand new season. It's gonna be the best season like of all time. When this season is not even close to being better than Chapter 7 Season 1 by a mile. At least there was like a lot of new stuff we've seen before that we never seen before in and then Chapter 7 Season 1. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Season 2, because Season 1 we had a lot of new things. Season 2, however, these are stuff that we already known and already known beforehand. So it's like, yeah, we already been there and done it before. But overall, despite all this, Chapter 7 Season 2 is a fun season. Although I will say that a lot of stuff that did happen during the whole entire season that happened with this whole entire circumstance with 5,000 employees did play effect, and of course, change the whole V-Buck stuff. They did went into went into like tuition, like it did happen in Chapter 7 Season 2 and all that, along with the 1,000 employees being fired, and then removing the other other modes and everything that happened did play or factor into this too as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying Chapter 7 Season 2. It's just like it's very odd right now, and I've done pretty much everything. I mean, at this point, I mean, uh, the only thing left to do right now is just to literally witness the live event, and see what's going to happen. Because if I'm being honest with you, I really want to see what's going to happen in Chapter 7 Season 2 live event and Chapter 1 Season 8 live event. So I will check those out for sure and make a recording on that one. But for the rest of the content going forward, for Chapter 7 Season 2, when Act 2 is coming out next week, now I'm just going to check it out like probably off camera because honestly, it's not worth me putting out the content right now with Act Two going on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So don't get me wrong, like despite Fortnite kind of being in the odd state with everything that's going on, with everything that's really like being so great right now, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I enjoyed Chapter 7 Season 2. There's a lot of circumstances that happened in Chapter 7 Season 2 that really affected to this, kind of bringing out the odd, like the very odd, thing that's going on in Fortnite right now. So, but I will check those live events when they do come out in Chapter 7 Season 2. Hopefully, they do make a live event, and of course, along with Chapter 1 Season 8 live event for sure. They're gonna make that one. And oh yeah, by the way, Dark Voyager's in the loop late, which is odd, but whatever. I'll check those out and see if we go from there. I think I already explored enough of Chapter 7 Season 2. Act 2 is coming out next week, though. I will try that one off camera, but um, overall, right now, I'm just kind of like bummed out for Fortnite right now. I want to mix all the content, on the channel and all that, if you don't mind. I mean, it is a variety like content on the channel, so best believe I will make those content very soon. So keep that in mind, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully y'all understand. Don't get me wrong, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not gonna quit Fortnite. I'm still gonna play it right now. I just I want to see the live event at this point, but also I think I did pretty much everything in Chapter 7 Season 2 that's already need to be done with. So the only thing left right now, honestly, is live events, and I'm looking forward to that one whenever that does drop. I will check out Act 2 for sure, and many other acts that we're gonna bring in. I think I'm bringing in like 3 acts. That's pretty much it. I will check those out for sure. So best believe, um, I will check those out because I ain't going nowhere. I just want to focus on something different right now, and the content is one of them. So hopefully y'all understand. Hopefully I enjoy, me talking about Chapter 7 Season 2. What are your thoughts on Chapter 7 Season 2? Do you think it's a W or L? I think it's a W. It's 6.5 out of 10. Although there were a lot of over the rehash stuff that they put into the game, and it was kind of overhyped in my opinion. And everybody talking about this being the best season, top 5 best seasons of all time. Yeah, I doubt it though, but and that's just my opinion though. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, today's video and all that. Make sure you like, subscribe. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, take care of them out. Peace.